Yes, I relate to Griffith. I'm saying the Griffith before the eclipse. That is a different Griffith. Do you guys have any media literacy? You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't even know what the Bailet meant. He thought the Bailet was like a good luck charm. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what the Bailet was or what it meant until the eclipse. Feel what I'm saying? So you guys acting like as if he always knew that this was gonna happen to them. He never knew that. You know what I'm saying? He was actually on the way to get in the castle the regular way in the world. Feel what I'm saying? So in Casca, her cheeks had to be taken. You know what I'm saying? That was mandatory. You know what I mean? And the reason it was mandatory was because that's what the man wrote. He wrote it in there for it to be a certain way. You know what I mean? He wanted to drive home and drive the stake through your heart that Griffith's conscience was still jealous at Guts, and that was the way he got his revenge. You know what I'm saying? Griffith ain't know what the Bailet meant that whole time until it was time for the eclipse. And the God hand, the dude that was telling him, saying,
But if your dream still lives, and that castle still gleams as brightly in your eyes, then it is your obligation to lay the stones that surround you now.
he tricked him. He a demon. He's evil. He told him and showed him the images of the castle. You know what I'm saying? He was like, this is what you're going to get if you listen to me. You know what I'm saying? When he turned to Femto, that's not even him. That's like a piece of him. I think a little bit of his conscience was in there, and that's what did the taking of Casca. Feel what I'm saying? But that was like a whole different entity. It was an evil creature, just like the other God hand. All the other members, they was humans too. Feel what I'm saying? That's the theory, right? So yes, I relate to the Griffith beforehand. You know what I'm saying? The Griffith that wanted a better life. The Griffith that wanted to rule his own life. He didn't want to be like the middle class people in the system, in the matrix. Griffith ain't a bad guy. He ain't a good guy. Feel what I'm saying? He is a flawed person. He's a flawed man. We're talking about the Griffith before the damn eclipse, man. Just like Daniel Day-Lewis, when he played Daniel Plainview. People say that Daniel Plainview was evil, but I watched There Will Be Blood multiple times. I never understood why people thought that Daniel Plainview was evil. I thought he's just a man who is gung ho on what he want to do, and he understands the world. He understands how the world operates. That's why he's able to move and do people in, because that's they was gonna do him in. Period. You know, they was gonna shark him out anyway. So he's willing to do what he needs to do to get to where he needs to be. Feel what I'm saying? Because the world is gonna do like that anyways. Daniel Plainview already had that in his mind. That's why he told that person, you know. Saying they say Daniel Plainview was an evil villain. I don't think Daniel Plainview was no evil villain. He just like Griffith. He had a goal in his mind. You know what I'm saying? He wanted money. You feel me? And he did whatever he had to do to get it. But he really wasn't a bad guy. He didn't really play nobody. You know what I'm saying? He and people play you. That's what Dane Playview understood. He understood that the game he was in and the way the world works, they play you. So his goal was to play you before you play him. Feel what I'm saying? Does that make you a good person or a bad person? It makes you a person that understands the world. It doesn't make you good or bad. Feel what I'm saying? But they said that he was evil. So I compare Daniel Plainview and Griffith. They're pretty much the same. And the reason I relate to Griffith is because if you grew up, you know, getting made fun of, getting called dumb, ugly, and all kind of things like I was called, you know, I always as a kid dreamed of being on movies or being on music videos and things like that, because I thought this is how somebody will not see me as that anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People grow up, you know, if you grow up getting called dumb and stupid and, you know, you ain't good at nothing, the only thing that you could think of is making it famous, you know, learning a talent or learning how to rap, sing, or captivate people with your words, acting, anything like that that you can do to get on the screen. And I had thought that ever since I was a kid, like 7 years old. So I'm like, Griffith, that was my castle. When he pointed at the castle, and he's like, what are you willing to do to achieve your castle? Now, the difference between me and Griffith is I learned that all the things that I dreamed of, like about rap and stuff, thanks to TikTok, is all smoke and mirrors. That shit is fake. Feel what I'm saying? But had I got signed when I was younger, like an 18, 19-year-old kid or whatever the case may be, I'd have been like Griffith. I would have sold my soul and not realized that you sold your soul. Griffith didn't realize he sold his soul. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what the Bailet was. That would be like signing as a young kid. That's what they do. They bank on you signing when you're young and you don't know how the music industry works. Feel me? Feel what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, that's what I want to, you know, clear that up. I started the Reddit True Child, or you know, the ratatouille, the pet tide. Yeah. I started that last week. I ain't really feel shit. You know what I'm saying? This week I'm starting to feel it a little bit. But my problem is I be trying to overeat the medication. My mama said, oh no, you know what I'm saying? It'll work, but you gotta work with it. I'm sitting here feeling like, damn, I'm kind of full off eating that triple cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? But then I order 2 triple cheeseburgers and say, let me see if I can eat the rest of these 2 triple cheeseburgers, even though I feel full already. Feel what I'm saying? I just want to know because you used to overeating. She said you used to overeating because your stomach done got fucking long. So you used to packing your stomach up. But when the medicine start to work, you work with it. Feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that ratatouille is working a little bit.